This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Nate Klein with Mount Mercy University. Nate, first off, thanks for being here. Pull that microphone just a little bit closer to you there.
Thanks for having me.
There we go. And you're here to talk about a United Way program called A Time for Art.
Yes, indeed.
So it's a fundraiser, but it's not really, you're not raising funds, you're raising time.
Yeah, it's more of a time raiser.
Tell me about this.
We've been doing this the last couple years down south, and so Cedar Rapids is the third city in the United States that we could find to be able to do this. And it's an interesting twist on an old event. You know, we all have been to a silent art auction before, and for young professionals, we don't always have the money to be able to get that art, but we all have the same amount of time. And so we came up with this idea, Time for Art, where you, for the first hour, you go and you mix and mingle with 16 local non-for-profits, anywhere from Big Brothers, Big Sisters to the Catherine McCauley Center. And then we open the doors at 7. And so at 7 o'clock, we unveil 35 pieces of donated art from local artists. And instead of bidding your money, you bid your volunteer time. So it's a pretty interesting twist, especially for a community like Cedar Rapids and Iowa City. It's very philanthropic, and they want to give back, and it's a good mix of the cultural and then also the artistic and the philanthropic communities coming together.
Well, and you know, it is an interesting mix of the philanthropic and the artistic, because the other thing that you're doing, and this excites somebody like me who is involved with a lot of different arts projects and things like that, is you're creating audience for art.
Exactly.
Because who of us in our 20s had the opportunity to get a piece of fine art? You know, it was still concert posters.
Pretty much, exactly, or some theater posters that you inherited.
Exactly, pretty much then. But this is an opportunity for someone who might not otherwise have the disposable income to buy a piece of nice art to be able to get one.
Yeah, it's been great because we've had artists from all throughout the community, whether it's a professor that actually does art shows in Italy or a local metal artist. We have ceramic pieces, paintings, sketches, etches, dance lessons, and everything in between. So anything you consider art is going to be showcased at the event.
So I know it's it's up and down. It's a silent auction, so some things will be popular and really popular and get really bid up, and some not so much. But you've done this for a couple of years. What's the highest number of volunteer hours you've ever seen something go for?
Well, we actually had the first event when we did it in Columbus, Georgia, 200 hours someone donated for a piece of art.
Wow.
They almost had to give up their full-time job to be able to volunteer that time. And then last year, actually, my wife donated 175 hours. She was actually bidding against me, and I informed her it's going to the same house. But she ended up winning, and so she put all of her hours in for a local organization. So it's pretty interesting to see. We've got some that come in at 5-10 hours, and then some people get in bidding wars just like at other auctions, and it can get over 100, 150 hours.
So when do you just volunteer a number of hours, or are you volunteering, you say, I'll work so many hours for Foundation 2, or you bid a generic number of hours and then the organizations contact you? Exactly.
So what you do is, as an attendee, you go in and say, I love this piece of art. I'm going to win this bid with 100 hours. And over the next year, you bid those hours that you bid, you actually go out and find the organization that you want to volunteer for.
Oh, okay.
So whether it's with one of the 16 organizations we'll have there that are United Way organizations, or if you have a passion for something else that you want to give back to, it's really up to you. We're challenging people to do something different, to find where they want to give their time, talent, and treasure, and find that passion to give back. And that's really what it's all about.
So it's kind of on the honor system.
Yep, it's on the honor system. They're actually going to have to log those hours with United Ways.
You will have to report back, though.
You will have to report back.
All right. Now, we kind of positioned this when you came in as something maybe targeted to young professionals, but I'm guessing anybody can come.
It's open to all adults over 21. There will be adult beverages there and some good appetizers as well, but anyone's open.
That always makes the bidding go up.
Exactly. We're hoping later in the evening the bids start going up a little bit more even. Yep.
So we haven't talked about when or where. So
perfect. So Friday, June 26th. From 6 to 9 p.m. So the doors will open at 6 for that first hour, hour and a half. It'll be the mix and mingle with the nonprofits. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll open the doors for the silent art auction. It's going to be held at the Mount Mercy University Graduate Center, which is off Winnig Road over there.
The new facility.
The new facility.
The very nice new facility.
Yeah, we're pretty excited to showcase the new facility. It's a great open space for people to come and use. And so tickets are $10 for members of the Corton Society with United Way or Young Leaders Society, and then $15 for the general public, which is a great deal.
That's a heck of a bargain. Yeah.
Considering you're going to get a couple beverages and a great time for a cultural activity in the community. So,
do people need to pre-register or just show up and get your ticket at the door?
we would love people to pre-register. You can actually visit www.uweci.org/events and register there, and we'll take you if you come in the door as well.
Okay, and again, it is June 26th at the Mount Mercy Grad Center, which is off Winnig Road. And if people want more information, where can they visit on the United Way website?
They can actually go to the United Way website, or we actually have a Facebook page as well. So if you look for Time for Art, United Way of East Central Iowa, they'll be able to find the information there.
Nate Klein from Mount Mercy and the United Way, thanks so much for being here today.
Appreciate it.
Good luck with the event. Sounds like a lot of fun, and we'll look forward to a lot of people enjoying art and volunteering out in the community and having a good time doing that.
We'll have a great time with it. Thanks, Dennis.